The World Health Organization said it was sure China had far more data that could shed light on the origins of COVID, demanding Beijing immediately share all relevant information. Meantime, a research team in China has now published analysis of samples taken more than 3 years ago from a market linked to the outbreak of COVID-19. This as new cases are rapidly on the rise in India, with more than 6,000 fresh outbreaks in the last 24 hours.
So we need to know, that's the moral imperative, because many have lost their lives and many have suffered as a result.
The World Health Organization, celebrating its 75th anniversary since being established, says it is sure China has far more data that could shed light on the origins of COVID, demanding Beijing immediately share all relevant information.
I think without full access to the information that China has, you cannot say this or that. All hypotheses are on the table. That's WHO's position, and that's why we have been asking China to be cooperative on this. If they would do that, then we will know what happened or how it started.
More than 3 years after COVID-19 first surfaced, heated debate still rages on around the origins of the pandemic. The issue has proved divisive for the scientific community, including different U.S. government agencies, which are split between a theory that the virus jumped naturally to humans from animals and others who maintain there's evidence the virus was leaked from a Wuhan laboratory, a claim China has angrily denied. Last month, new evidence emerged that raccoon dogs, known to be able to carry and transmit viruses similar to the SARS-CoV-2 virus that caused the pandemic, were at a market in Wuhan when the disease was first detected in humans.
And we know that samples were collected. We've seen the data now where that exists. The challenge is that data was collected in January, February 2020, more than 3 years ago. So there are, again, without information, without data to make a proper assessment, it's very difficult for us to give a concrete answer. And at the present time, we don't have a concrete answer of how the pandemic began, but we have clues.
A seafood and wildlife market in Wuhan has been a focal point in the search for the origin of the coronavirus. A new analysis published in the journal Nature includes more details about the content of those samples, which were collected from stalls, surfaces, cages, and machinery inside the market. By linking the virus with animals sold in the market, it could open new lines of inquiry into how the outbreak began. The Chinese research team's paper showed that some samples collected from areas where wildlife was being sold had tested positive for the virus. Their analysis also showed that animals now known to be susceptible to the virus, particularly raccoon dogs, were being sold alive in those locations. But the Chinese researchers have pointed out that their discoveries fall short of definitive proof of how the outbreak started.
There's more information that's out there. We know there's more information that's out there, and we need scientists, public health professionals, governments to share this information. This is not a game, and I know every single one of you in this room knows this, every single one of you online, every single one of us sitting here. We need answers to understand how this pandemic began, because we will get better at preventing the next one.
The Ministry of Health in India is reporting coronavirus cases are rapidly increasing, with 6,050 new cases reported in the last 24 hours. According to the latest data, there are more than 28,000 active cases in the nation, and the daily positivity rate is at 3.39%. The recovery rate, on the other hand, remained above 98%. Now, the statistics in India suggest that there is an upward trend in the number of COVID cases, not just today, but over the last few weeks. For more information, head to SATLUJTV.com. Thank you for watching. I'm Ginger Jeffries.